Baylor just missed the college football playoff this year. If the season had started 3 weeks later, they would have had a real shot. But alas, it didn't happen. Baylor did not make the CFP. I know people were glued to their TVs Sunday morning. I was to watch this all unfold. And the committee in the last selection got it right. They got it right. SMU gets into the playoff over Alabama. Did any of us think we would be saying that coming into this season? No, but the committee got it right. And there are Bama fans absolutely losing their minds on social media if they weren't already gone. Are they poisoning trees yet? I don't know, but I'm sure that is the next step. Alabama, what, a 3-loss team? SMU, a 2-loss team. And they're going to be saying, well, they haven't played anybody. They haven't played anybody. And that's what ESPN was saying too. They're only looking at strength of schedule. And so Alabama's response to this, because SMU had a worse strength of schedule, Alabama's response is, why do we go and play these good non-conference teams then? When their actual question should be, why don't we just win games? Because you can talk about strength of schedule all day long, but better records are always going to be better for Power 4 teams. Like SMU is playing in the ACC too. It's not like they're playing in the SWAC. Okay, they're not. They're playing in the ACC, and like at some point, strength of schedule is great, but at some point, wins have to matter as well. And the fact that Alabama has lost the plot on that is stunning. To me, stunning. Because all I hear about throughout this whole ESPN reveal is that here's where the losses are, right? Here are the quality losses that each of these teams have, and this is why they should be in, because they have quality losses, rather than who have these teams beaten, right? Or just how many have they won? How many teams have they beaten? I thought this was a classic Joey Galloway, who's the biggest empty head on that set of empty heads. He's talking about Penn State. This is exactly what's wrong with the college football playoff right here. He goes, Penn State, the wins are not great, but they did play Ohio State and Oregon. Congrats. They're in the same conference as Ohio State and Oregon. That is not a participation trophy. And look, Penn State was always going to get in, but this is what blows my mind. They're like, they didn't beat anybody good the whole year. Really? They didn't beat anybody. And they're like, yeah, but they're in the same conference as these teams. Who gives a shit? Like, who cares? Like, are we going to get Vandy in? They actually beat somebody good. They beat Alabama, and they're in the same conference as Alabama and Tennessee and Ole Miss and whomever. Georgia. But that's not what this is about. You're supposed to win games. And okay, like it's all about quality losses, the whole show, until we get to the Alabama SMU debate. Then it becomes, well, look at the wins that Alabama has. Because if we focus on the losses again, which is what we've done with every other team, then that does not play into Alabama's hands. Because if we go over the losses, then we're looking at SMU, 2 losses. One of those teams is in the playoffs, or it was by a combined 6 points. And the other team started out 9-0 in a major conference in BYU. Because if we look at Alabama's losses, then we see that they've got 2 losses to 6-6 teams. So it's all about the losses until we're talking about an SEC team, or until we're talking about Alabama in particular, who did not have as good a season as SMU did. Then it's not about the losses. Then it's about the wins. Then it's about who did you play. This whole thing is effed up, man. The whole thing. You thought it was going to be easier when we got to 12? No, because now they're going to be lobbying for 16 because plucky little Alabama did not get their shot at the college football playoff. Win more games. Baylor sitting here at 8-4. They've won 6 straight games. No one's complaining about them missing the playoff because they shouldn't have been in the playoff. Nobody's going to complain about Iowa State missing the playoff because they shouldn't have been in the playoff. And I don't want to hear about the plight of this team that is sitting and watching the conference championship games when another one is 11-2 and was playing in one. I don't want to hear it. Alabama fans, you've lost your minds. You've absolutely lost it. You don't just throw on a blank crimson uniform and a helmet with a number on the side and get into the college football playoff. That's not how this works. Nobody cares who your old coaches were, or we shouldn't care who your old coaches were, and that you've got an awesome 17-year-old on the team. That doesn't matter. SMU won more. SMU had a better season. They deserved to be in the playoff. Alabama did not. They did not. And it's just crazy. Like I said this from the beginning. When we moved to a 12-team playoff, that was not going to automatically afford opportunities to schools like SMU, who has now moved into a major conference, Tulane or Army, or in past years, Liberty and Coastal Carolina. No, it just affords more opportunities to the third and fourth and fifth place teams in the Big Ten, in the SEC. And this time it finally worked right. Alabama did not get in. And that's how it is supposed to be with this resume that we're looking at right now. So yes, Alabama, if you want to keep crying and saying, "Oh, we're never going to schedule anyone tough non-conference again." Okay, then maybe you just refresh this year's schedule when you played Mercer, Western Kentucky, South Florida, and a 5-7 Wisconsin team. Go ahead, run it back. You've already done that. You already hacked that code. You already don't play a good non-conference schedule. It's what the rest of us have to worry about because the NCAA thought it would be a great idea, and the member institutions and all those people with the CFP thought it would be a great idea to put all the good teams in 2 conferences and then bitch about how they don't have good non-conference schedules. It's BS, man. And it's going to be up to us in the Big 12 to actually schedule tough non-conference. You know, Baylor played a team that was picked to win this conference in the quote-unquote non-conference schedule. Next year, they'll be playing Auburn. Okay? Like, that's what you can do. Even LSU, hey, I'll give LSU some credit. They went and played USC. A USC team that didn't end up being good, but they were a top 25 team to open the season. So don't give me that, Alabama. Don't give me that when you're facing Mercer and USF. That's you. I mean, you're literally losing the plot here. The committee got it right. They got it right. SMU had a better season. They deserve to be in over Alabama. Win more games. I don't give an F who you lost to. Show me some more wins than the other team. And if we do give an F about who you lost to, SMU's losses are better. They have less, and they were by less. Stop losing to 6-6 teams. It's not that difficult. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Be sure to leave a comment on what you thought the committee got right, what they got wrong. Was Penn State just overrated the whole year? I'm ready to hear that argument out. They've got a home game in the college football playoff. Was there anything that jumped off their resume about you to you that said, hey, they should be a home team in the college football playoff? Maybe just Joey Galloway because he likes that they participated in a game against Oregon and Ohio State. Congrats. Way to go, Nittany Lions. That team used to play for championships. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. If you like the video, like the video. It really helps. And most of you who are watching and listening still aren't subscribed. That helps me out big time. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. And thank you for making the Locked On Podcast Network part of your daily routine. We have got you covered with the most Baylor Bears athletics coverage of any outlet that's not directly tied into Baylor University. So if you want more of that, be sure to like and subscribe. Ring that notification bell to get notified every time we're dropping a video here on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks, and sick 'em.